Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Last Name Jones. If you're not done already, please go ahead and press like and subscribe at the bottom of your screen. I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. Thank you. All right, man. So, in case y'all ain't ready yet, internet been going crazy with your boy Kid Cuddi. You know what I'm saying? Legs crossed on the interview couch on CBS. You know what I'm saying? Like, just... Yeah, told his life story pretty much, but he also discussed a few things. He spoke about his relationship with Kanye West, which to me was wow. Y'all check this out real quick.
You know, when I first started to record with him, you know, I took it very seriously.
You describe it in the book as a glorious counterbalance of maximalist ego and psychedelic wonder.
Yeah. It's a sad thing, you know?
Sad in what way?
The freedom that we experienced when we were creating, and it just will never happen ever again.
Yeah.
You know, and that is the heartbreaking side of things. But hey, you know, I had a lot of things in my life break my heart, and I've been able to survive and move past it.
Did he break your heart in some way?
I think he has, over and over, multiple times.
From your perspective, in what way?
Just the code of a friendship.
You said you doubted you'd ever be friends again.
Yeah.
You still feel that way?
We've tried since then, you know, but we always have a falling out. He said some things that there's just no coming back from. The comments that he's had about Virgil Abloh, you know, are just some of the most evil, vile, disturbing up things I've heard. Every time he took a dig at Virgil, it just made me super angry.
Yeah.
Virgil was an angel to everyone. There's no coming back from that, man. Like, I'm done with you.
That man said that Kanye West broke his heart. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy though. God, like that. If y'all watch that interview though, like there's a lot of things that he lets off in that interview, like about his personal life. You know what I'm saying? But that whole thing with Kanye was kind of interesting because I knew they were close at one point, but he said repeatedly Kanye West broke his heart. But anyways, that's not what we're here to discuss. We're here to discuss this part. Y'all check this out.
I was just like seeing stuff online talking about like top 5 rappers, you know? And I was just explaining like, you know, I know these guys think that they're the illest, but they have writers. And, you know, I went online and I said, like, you can't be top 5 if you have writers. And that applies to Drake, Kanye, whoever.
Yeah.
You know? And that set it off, really. So I initiated it. Drake took offense to it and responded on record. But he wanted to play the game, you know, with me. He wanted me to put him in a song or whatever, and I'm not that type of artist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not going to the studio angry, rapping about some other man and putting him in my art.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what we're gonna do here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come to your doorstep and I'm gonna let you know that I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you, and that's a promise. You know, it was a couple years after that, so I was kind of rehabilitated from rehab, and I was in a much better place.
Yeah.
So I was able to kind of talk to him, and, you know, me and Drake used to be friends, and I liked the kid. I liked Drake, you know, when we first met. You know, he was a good dude to me. I think those were humble beginnings for both of us. You know, it was nice to kind of hear from him, and he kept saying it didn't feel right to be beefing with me, and I told him it didn't really feel right to be beefing with him, and, you know, we had a great conversation, and you know, it felt like old times, like reconnecting with an old friend. Yeah, we were able to kind of talk and get past our differences, and, you know, I went on to do a record for him and for his album, and you know, but granted, I haven't heard from him ever since. When we first started talking, I was like, oh man, this is great. Like, we're gonna get back to being friends again. Oh, that time is over. Like, we'll never be we'll never be homies like we were before.
Yeah.
I don't have any beef with him anymore, you know, and I'm not mad at him or anything. It's just time has gone by,
Yeah.
you know.
You're in
just
different places.
Different places, and no, it's all good. Like I know he loves me.
I know he loves me. Cuddi's a character, man. But look, that interview, he said a lot. I went ahead and chopped up the clips, as y'all could tell. You know what I'm saying? For the simple fact that I didn't want to go through all that. Y'all got to go and watch that interview. Just type in Kid Cudi CBS interview. It'll come up. You know what I'm saying? He had a lot to say about relationships that he had with people in the industry. But he did bring up the whole Drake ghostwriting thing, right? And yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people spoken on that. We've even heard the damn songs that came out, the reference tracks that came out. You know what I'm saying? With a few of the Quentin Miller situations. But the one thing I did hate, and I'll tell y'all about it later, and I'll speak on it again, is when he threw everybody under the bus with him. You know what I'm saying? But hold on, I will give it. I'm not gonna say give credit just yet. I want y'all to watch this video of or this clip of Drake in his interview when they actually brought up the whole ghostwriting thing. Y'all check this out real quick.
And if I need to be the poster child that took all those hits for all my peers hiding behind me that do the same thing every fucking album, that's fine, I'll do it. You know, because there's a lot of people that link up with other people and make records that you guys love, right. You know? And that's kind of how music is a collaborative thing, you know? It's and I understand in rap, of course, in your comment section, it's a little different because we conduct ourselves, and I still associate myself in that community, we conduct ourselves by a few different rules. We tweak the rules a little bit in the sense that...
If it's a hook, it's okay.
Yeah, it's like, you know, there's things like that, you know, but, you know, with that being said, like, you know, anybody that knows me knows that my strongest talent is writing. That is my strongest talent. I'm not a great singer. I'm a good performer. I've grown into a great performer, but my greatest talent is writing, you know, and that's why people ask me to write songs for them. That's why people like to get in the room and write with me, and that's cooking it up. You're not doing anything wrong, you know, and that's like just, again, for me speaking to any new artist, like, don't let anybody tell you that you're not supposed to collaborate on music. That's what this is for. We should, you know, whatever gets you to that destination where you have, you know, a great body of work. If you need somebody to write the whole thing and all you do is just go in and track it, there's still artists that exist like that to this day that people love and revere, and they sell out stadiums.
That's not you though.
That's not me, no. I've wrote all my biggest songs, and any song that really, really did damage for me, I've wrote every single lyric. So that, like,
the hits, yeah.
The hits and the ones that you would, like, it's like, I'm not gonna collaborate with somebody on any of the timestamp records. I'm not collaborating with anybody on, you know, Marvin's Room, or, you know, like the R&B records that are, you know, other than me and Party. Like, I love working with Party.
Now, did y'all peep when he did like this when they asked him about it? Like, did y'all peep this when he did like that? Like, that's not you, right? Where you track the whole record. Nah, that's not me. Like, nah, I don't know. I done heard some of them reference tracks, and I don't know. But anyways, yeah. The whole thing is this. He is right. Everybody, not everybody, but a majority of the people in hip hop, they do have ghostwriters. People do collaborate. Maybe a line or two here or there. You know what I'm saying? But the allegations against Drake were a bit different. People were saying that he had entire verses and stuff that was getting done. You know what I'm saying? But that's allegedly. Right now, he did say in an interview later on that, you know, his biggest records were only his pen. Right? Find that hard to believe. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing I hated too about that, what he did is he kind of tried to throw everybody else under the bus versus like taking accountability and answering the question directly aimed at him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just tried to take everybody with him. Like, oh no, well, all my peers do it. Like, whoa. So he kind of low key, even when he said like, yeah, or if you want to have somebody write it for you and you just go in and track it. There's plenty of your artists that notice the voice went high pitch. I'm just saying, I look at shit like that, right? But the whole thing is this. He makes great records. When it comes to creating actual music, right, he makes great records. That's why he has so many friggin' Billboard top charting songs, right? Shit, in high school, bro, I was jamming Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like, This bitch is crazy is probably one of those songs I send to exes the most. Like, I like to know if there is a chemical imbalance in your makeup. You know what I'm saying? Then that brand new with Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? So you still think I'm confident and don't? Is it gonna last? You're up on a pedestal. Are we moving too fast? Feel like I'm in crazy competition with my past. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I've been listening to Drake. I'm not just some dude that hates on Drake or whatever. I'm just calling the shit how I see it. And personally, if y'all go watch that video by Cuddi Nash, by the way, shout out Cuddi Nash. If y'all go watch that video that Cuddi Nash dropped on that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude's career is done. No, you can't do the shit you're doing in court. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. That's another thing too that lets me know that when Kid Cudi actually let out this tweet, let me read that shit to y'all real quick. The same tweet that Cudi was talking about in the interview. You know what I'm saying? By the way, he did speak on that Diddy situation too, but we're gonna talk about that. That's not what we're here to talk about, right? Cudi actually brought up the whole tweet thing. He said, everyone think they're so great talking top 5. Let me read it like Cudi. I tried to. Everyone thinks they're so great talking top 5 and be having 30 people write songs for them. My tweets apply to who they apply. Ye, Drake, whoever. These niggas don't give a fuck about me and they ain't fucking with me. I'm stupid. My bad. Let's get back serious real quick. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, man, no. Is this bad? A bad look? No, because nobody probably gonna care about this interview like that. That part at least. Everybody talking about the Diddy part. You know what I'm saying? But even if that part starts to go viral when that comes out, there's friggin' video footage of the man like already countering everything, saying or trying to explain it. You know what I'm saying? But this has always plagued them. Here is the part though why I decided to make this video. If Drake didn't come off or try to give the image that he is this top 5 GOAT lyricist artist, right? Like a MC, top 5 MC, right? Then it wouldn't be an issue for me personally, right? As a fan, you're a great artist, but a MC, no, because you have ghostwriters. I feel like real MCs, and maybe I'm just in a fairy tale land because I've never had nobody write a song for me when I did music and nothing such as, right? But I feel like real MCs that's really like that on a microphone, they don't get help. They take too much pride in that shit. There's too much pride. They will not allow it to happen, right? And to me, he cannot be a top 5 MC on my list. It's just no. Now, top 5 artists, top 3 artists, yes, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Of our generation, yeah, sure. Why not? The man ran summers for friggin' decade plus, right? So can't take that from him. And I never will. Like I can't ever sit there and take anything off that man accolades. Who am I? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, top 5 MC, no. Because to me, that is something sacred. An MC writes every bar. That's their bars. Not somebody else here. No, that's their bars. You know what I'm saying? So top 5 MC, no. And he gave off this whole image as if like I'm the best rapper alive. Da da da. You're a great artist, one of the greatest of our time. Period. You know what I'm saying? Our generation. But rapper wise, like MC wise, no. Nope. And I ain't gonna take it away from him. He got some bars. He do. But MC, no. And if you actually listen to Drake's bars and rhymes sometimes, bro, he's a conversational artist, right? He says a lot of things that's witty and catchy, right? But the bars aren't that complex. He says a lot of things that's witty and catchy in conversations. You're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like Marvin's Room, like how he said what he said. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that nigga that you come on. I was saying that's all disrespectful as fuck. I mean, but it's things like that he'll say, right? You want to hear a lyricist? I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do this. Kendrick Lamar, right? Those are coded rhymes with all types of shit. And you see Drake tried to copy that. Another issue that I have with Drake, that lets me know that yes, like there is writers involved in certain things. In my point of view, right, is when he did the DS or he did the album with Future, right? That album that he did with Future, What a Time to Be Alive, I think it was, right? If you notice the first album that they did together, like Drake sounded like his flow changed. It became like a Future flow without Future's harmonics, right? And then on the second album, if you peep what Future did on that one song, right? 100 man, no, like in the end of the song when Future's verse came on, he switched the whole beat. And I said to myself, it stood out to me, like for this reason, because I was like, damn, that was a good idea, because the last time he sounded too much like Future on that. Future didn't sound like Drake. Drake sounded like Future, or the flow wise. But when Future used that beat switch, I was like, I wonder if that's why he did it. Because I've heard a lot of artists say that Drake tries to go in and he'll bite Styles XXX Tentacion. You know what I'm saying? Even said that, right? So it's been said a lot that he does bite Styles. And to me, ghostwriters and biting Styles and everything such as like that, when you go in, you need your own vibe, your own style, your own thing. And he does have that now. You know what I'm saying? So that whole tough guy image also is not really what it is. Like I can't take him serious when he tries to play the tough guy thing. When he tries to make his facial expressions tough, like all I remember is this video right here.
Wayne is my favorite person to work with though, because it's just ooh, little Wayne, he's just too good.
You gotta give Wayne the love.
He's just too good.
You know what I'm saying? So hey, y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta chill. All right, man. So I to me, that's the whole issue of it, right? And it's the image. Y'all forget he was an actor on Degrassi, right, at first. So we're seeing like an image, right? He's still acting. And I feel like the reason why he gets so confrontational when it comes to people saying things to him is not really a thing of competition at all. No, it's the fact that you're attacking the one thing that got him accepted into the cool kids table. I'm just saying that's what it seems like. That's what it come off as, that he holds on to this. That's why even with the whole beef with him and Kendrick, he should have just stepped back. He really should have. You know what I'm saying? And just be like, all right, you know what? I took an L on that. Let me go disappear for a little bit, come back and drop some shit. You know what I mean? Everybody said the same thing. Even said it early on his video. Again, y'all go check that dude channel out. He be saying some real shit. But the whole thing is like, bro, like this image that he put on is starting to crumble. And the more he put out stuff and the more like you see it, it's like, you know what I mean? Should have disappeared and came back. But yeah, I can't take the tough guy thing serious. I wish he'd really get back to just party songs and having fun music and songs for the women. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, Drizzy, come on now. I need a song I can send to my old lady if I had one. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro. But shit, that's just my take on this whole thing. Like, it's crazy though that he said that in the interview, right? Crazy. He spoke about Kanye and then he spoke about the whole Drake thing. And it's funny too, because he was like, oh yeah, me and Drake, I thought we was going to be friends again like the old times, but it wasn't like that. Just like, damn, nigga. I wouldn't even say that in an interview. But he did. You know what I'm saying? Cuddi just living his truth, being Cuddi. But anyways, man, look, y'all go ahead and press like and subscribe at the bottom of your screens. I would greatly appreciate it. Y'all have a good night. I love y'all. Peace.